me start with that?
Hi, my name is Ubaid, and today we're doing Unit 30, Task 2. This is for my ad, which is Chanel Allure, which is a sports fragrance. And today I have 6 questions to ask these people here. First question is, do you think that my ad should be in monochrome or a certain filter like that, and why?
I think that your ad could be in monochrome or in sepia tones because that sounds or seems more luxurious when you're having an ad for a product like Chanel. Or you can have a mix of, goes from monochrome to color or something after you use the perfume.
Yeah, I think when you use filters and color code certain things, it really helps give a certain feel and mood to the product. So we can really try to give like I think monochrome filter would be really good. That'd be a good idea.
Like Bobby said, certain colors like make certain objects stand out. So like maybe make the relevant or like important objects like more brighter to like look more appealing and like the audience.
You could use a filter that's a similar color to the product itself. So if it was like a beige color, you could have a beige filter, so it seems relevant towards the product.
Next question. What kind of personality should the main character have?
Given that it is Chanel, he should likely be somebody who is confident, to a degree perhaps even overconfident, because this is a man who has, I'm assuming it's a male perfume,
It is
a person who has worked really hard to be successful. So you can't really do that, I guess, if you're shy.
Yeah, like Miss said, something that really shows that the character is really pompous, really adventurous. Something that kind of like subsidizes and like supplements the, just the feeling of that you would want the perfume to give. So like if it makes you confident, then your main character should be confident because he is using the perfume. So it kind of sells that appeal. So that's what I think.
I'd say you should have like a leading character to show like he has lots of power, and, like show that he's rich and like lives a luxurious life because it suits the product and its company.
If it's a male, it should, if it's a male or female, it should be strong, independent, and it should show their wealth very obvious.
What are the advantages of having one actor for the advert?
I guess it focuses on one person and their development. If you're going to be having a narrative, then you can see how he will be developing through the story and how the perfume enhances his life. It removes the romantic element, which can be a bit overdone and boring if you have one character to focus on. So it could be nice.
Yeah, I mean, when you have only one character that you are focusing on, that basically means that you're not kind of dividing your focus, and you only have one actor, so it'd be easier for you to schedule as well. It'll also help you like just understand that character much more, so you can pay much more attention to him, and you can just focus on that one element, and it'll be concise, it'll be precise. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, like Bobby said again, if you have more than one character, it would be difficult to kind of like follow the purpose of the ad, let's say, because the purpose is to show the like effects and like traits of the product, like perfume itself. But then if you have people just moving around the ad, it kind of shifts the focus away.
I think if you have one individual person, it would, as Aaron said, it focuses on them specifically, and they are going to be essentially the face of the product. And if you have one person doing that, it'll be a lot easier for the audience essentially.
What do you think? What music do you think would be an ideal for my advert?
It depends on what kind of ad you're having, what the actor or actors are doing in the ad. But if you're doing something that's athletic and sporty, then I would assume something that is a bit more upbeat, almost inspirational to a degree would be nice if they are doing sports, but nothing too cheesy and like not no popular tracks, I would assume. And if they're doing something that's romantic or they're on a date or something of that sort, then maybe something jazzy. But again, it should not be and could not be like something like Selena Gomez, for instance. It just does not work with Chanel, I think.
Yeah, you have to use some really premium music that's really grand, and it's because again you are making an advert for Chanel, which is quite a prestigious brand, and there's a lot that you can find in terms of music like that, something that's really niche, but it's really it still has its appeal to the mass audience because it's really helpful and it's really something that's really appealing to the mass audience, something that's not, even though it's niche. So a niche song that's really upbeat, really snazzy kind of almost would be really nice.
I guess like any type of song is okay. It's like, but like more preferably like jazz, like a jazzy type like song. That's a bit catchy but not too loud either. It's like a bit quiet and like enjoyed by a lot of people.
I think you should have like some sort of like pumped up song, so like electronic-ish, just so it gives off the vibe of something active and energetic.
What do you think that ads should be having a storyline?
Could be interesting. I mean, to have the traditional Todorow's 5 stages, because it gives us something to hang on to, something to be invested in, the growth of a character or whatever it may be. But it might also be nice, to shake it up and like have something that is, I don't know, out left wing. Out of center, off of center, I guess. I don't know.
And I think like it's not necessary for you to have a storyline, but like you can have one. But I'd say that when you don't have a storyline, you can basically use visual cues and visual elements to kind of tell that story in a way and give a much better perspective of what you're trying to sell. And you don't always need a story for that, but you can use it.
Well, like I guess a storyline's a good idea, but like if you go into too much detail, it kind of trails off from like the advertising like purpose like of it. So I guess you could have like a little problem like follow the Todorow's 5 stages like Miss did, but just not into too much detail of the story.
From my understanding of Chanel adverts, they don't really use clear signs of Todorow's stages of narrative. So maybe you could have like a small story, but like not something like a massive story. You get what I'm saying?
Yep. Would a sporty theme be good for Chanel Allure? If so, explain.
I think so. It just depends. I don't know. I feel like I have to almost see the bottle to make that judgment and smell the cologne. But it could be interesting. Something that is like an extreme sport, but still, something that has an element of, I don't want to say luxury again, but has an element of like prestige to it. Like horseback riding or I don't know, something like that would be kind of an interesting thing to see. It's a nice change from the consistent demonstration of romance in ads, I think.
Yeah, something that can be kept at like a high pedestal, like something that really promotes it as a luxurious brand, basically. And I think sporty theme would be really nice, but it also has to be a really classy sport. So something that's really niche, because again, this is a product that's really expensive, I'm assuming, because it is Chanel. So if it is expensive, that means that not everyone can afford it, and that means like if you have something like football in there, that's not something that you'd have like with something like, as Miss said, horseback riding. Not only does it have those connotations of prestige and niche, being a niche sport, but it's also like something that's much more presentable for the perfume itself.
Yeah, I agree with both Miss and Bobby. Like if you have a sport like rugby, it's gonna kind of be hard to appeal to the audience. So like another classy sport, maybe something like golf or like polo even. Like I'll have a good like connection to it, especially because Chanel's such a big brand.
I agree with what they said, because Chanel is such a like big company, and it's appeals towards the higher category of the demographic. Not stereotypically, not many members of AB really enjoy sports like football, rugby, etc. So maybe something like windsurfing or like sailing, because that's like quite a upper class thing, because it's quite expensive to do. So wealth would be shown as well. So yeah.
Or even boating, right? Like
Yeah.
I think I can imagine
Not-
somebody like on a sailboat.
Yeah.
Thank you.